What did you think about the fight, Jake Paul?
I hate it. And Jake Paul's starting to piss me off.
It's no heavyweight ever in life had more skills than smaller guys. So let's just take that out the picture. So
Mike Tyson got power and skills. I feel as though like I have like the whole pack. I don't know. I'm me.
I just think at a fighter like Tank, I think he's gonna be able to pull it out because I think he's just a little bit more battle tested.
I agree.
Well, I don't want to hold you up, so maybe we could meet up in person again and chop it up over some food or something like that.
Okay, it'd be my pleasure, brother.
Yes, sir.
When Mike Tyson, the most ferocious man to ever step in a ring, showed up to train Gervonta Tank Davis, the boxing world stopped to watch. It looked like a passing of the torch. Tyson was showing Tank his signature, devastating boom, boom, boom punching technique, teaching him the secrets of the Customado twisting footwork.
You're hitting the bag, right? I see you hitting them when you walk. I want you to do like this. Boom, 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 boom. You keep boom, 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 boom. How long you can do that? 1, 2, 1, 2.
But after that savage session, Tyson's first words weren't just praise for his student. They were an ominous warning, a chilling confession about the man Tank is about to fight.
You are beating up on dudes who don't box. They're not boxers.
I was on Disney Channel while these guys were winning UFC championships. Everyone's, analyzing my career, critiquing it, paying attention to it from day one, but you can't tell me who was Mike Tyson's first fight. You can't tell me who Muhammad Ali, who was his fourth fight. No one knows, but everyone's seen all of my fights.
Jake Paul. The world saw the highlights of the training, but the real story was in the conversation afterward. When Tyson was asked about his own fight with Jake Paul, he didn't give the answer anyone expected. He wasn't the Iron Mike of old, brushing off the fight. He was honest, and his confession was chilling.
After I beat Mike Tyson, the amount of people saying this is rigged was crazy. They showed this clip of Mike Tyson going to swing at me with a left hook, and he stopped doing it, but saw I had my right hand up. So he would have swung like this, I catch it and shoot. He's leaning forward I could have knocked him out.
Tyson admitted that after the fight, he kind of blanked out. He told his wife the next day, "Why did I do that?" But the most shocking part was his answer when asked about Jake's power. Tyson confessed, "I don't remember it, but my body was really sore. Yeah, my body, my chest, my stomach and stuff was really sore." This wasn't manufactured hype from a YouTuber. This was a baddest man on the planet admitting to the legitimate physical damage Jake Paul is capable of inflicting.
Oh no, I don't remember the fight that much. I kind of blanked out a little. Listen, know what I remember? Coming back from the first round. And then the next day I remember Jake is doing some kind of, I don't know, what was he doing at the ring?
Oh, yeah, a little bow at the end, he bowed.
And that's the last thing I remember. But the day after the fight, right after, the day after, I woke up, I told my wife, why did I do that? I don't know. I just don't know what the hell goes on.
What did you think of Jake's power, man, when you were in there?
I don't remember it. But my body was really sore. Yeah, my body, my chest, my stomach and stuff was really sore.
It was a clear and direct warning from a legend to a protege. The power you are about to face is real.
It's going to be a win for Jake because you don't get knocked out by this guy. If you can stand in the ring with an actual top-tier boxer, and he can't knock you out, and maybe you land a couple jabs, a couple hits, maybe even stun him once, you've won because you're getting $100 million.
But Tyson's words about his own fight were just the beginning. What he has said about Tank himself reveals a deep and shocking friction.
I like Tank and all those guys. People hate on him. They don't understand boxing. He's a specialist, And when you're a specialist, you beat good guys. Guys that are great, you beat them easy like they're nothing. And they might not be exciting because, wow, come on, get him. And the guy's getting beat like a little boy. And somebody say, that's boring, but no, that's art. That's an art. Boxing's art.
I think Tank is in his flow now,
He fought tougher competition.
Tougher competition, and he was able to go out there. And even when in the Barrios fight, that was a true tell of him. Not just Barrios. You can look at those fights before that Barrios. You can look at the Gamboa fight. he had to go find those knockouts. And in the Barrios, he really had to find it because Barrios was a big guy and he was a tough guy.
And the guy Cruz was big.
Yeah, Cruz was big and
he gave him a good fight.
He gave him a good fight, and I believe he hurt his hand in that fight too.
Well, he was definitely not used to fighting guys smaller than him or his size.
Yeah. But, you know, Tank, I think, is a bigger dog.
On the surface, Tyson has given Tank the highest praise possible. He has publicly called Tank probably the greatest fighter around now, and flat out said Tank will be a legend if he keeps fighting.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. You know, he's the top dog. There's no doubt about it. He showed that.
I mean, what do you think about Tank? People comparing Tank Davis to you. I mean, what do you think about that?
Tank is a great fighter.
You think he's a great fighter? But what do they think? What do you think about them comparing him to you? I mean, you're a legend, my friend.
Well, he'll be one too if he keeps fighting.
He even explained exactly why the comparisons are valid, describing how Tank generates power by catapulting himself. Tyson said, "It's almost like a gun being fired. He flies right into you. I understood them now when they say he fights like Mike Tyson. It sounds like a total endorsement."
I kind of lean towards Davis a little because of his style of fighting, and what makes him different than most fighters that I once did is when he punches, he catapults himself in the air. And normally in the air, you're out of position, you have no leverage. But for some reason, myself and Mr. Davis, our best point is when we're leaping in the air, like being catapulted to punch up, to punch up.
They both good young fighters.
You ever spar with them before? Y'all got spectacular guys in the division to fight. Y'all guys should be able to make a lot of money in 2 years, huh?
Yeah, hopefully. If we all, fight each other.
You all gotta make a pact to fight each other.
But when a reporter pressed Tyson on the comparison, he delivered a vicious, cutting remark that exposed everything. He was asked if Tank reminds him of himself. Tyson's reply?
Davis, a lot of people say he reminds you of them. Does he remind you of yourself?
I don't know. Maybe just getting in trouble with the law. Other than that, no.
That single brutal comment cut through all the praise, hinting that Tyson sees a darkness in Tank that has nothing to do with boxing. That friction, it turns out, is a two-way street.
Good fight. Yeah, who wins? Who do you think wins? You gotta say Tank, but it's gonna. I say Tank. Yeah, but I think it'll be a good fight.
Tank Davis hasn't exactly been treating Tyson like an untouchable hero. In fact, he publicly betrayed the legend. After Tyson's fight with Jake Paul, Tank openly criticized the entire matchup. He questioned why Tyson, a legend, would get back in the ring for some money, implying that the spectacle hurt Tyson's legacy rather than honored it.
Following the Tyson fight, tell us, exactly why, expound on that.
Because why would he even want to fight him? And who told Mike Tyson to fight anyway?
Do you think that it might have tarnished Mike's legacy in a way?
Yeah, they did. They definitely did.
Tank didn't hold back, even saying that Jake did try to knock Tyson out. He just couldn't get the knockout. And when people called Tank the mini Mike Tyson, he flat out rejected the label. He drew a hard line, calling himself a boxer puncher while dismissing Tyson as just a brawler.
Do you think that it's fair to call them boxers now? We talk about Logan Brothers.
I think it's okay to call Jake Paul a boxer. The only reason why I say that is because he do be in the gym. He's working on stuff. The fight that he fought Mike Tyson, I don't think he should have fought Mike Tyson because of who Mike Tyson is and the age. And he said that he didn't try to knock him out. Yes, you did. You just couldn't get the knockout. And he tried to knock him out for sure.
Do you feel like you're the mini Mike Tyson?
Nah.
What do you call your style?
I don't know. I think I'm a boxer puncher.
What was Mike Tyson?
He was a brawler.
Brawl means more than one person.
A brawler, like somebody that's like.
So he knocked people out real quick. You knock people out real quick.
Yeah, but I can knock you out like.
So you saying that you can knock him out faster than Mike Tyson, probably, if it was a challenge?
It was a stunning level of disrespect, painting Tyson as a desperate old man and a one-dimensional fighter. Now, Gervonta Davis is facing a firestorm of the exact same accusations he leveled at Tyson.
It's actually embarrassing just to see what Tank chose to do instead of doing what a real fighter should have done. You know, everybody seen what happened. Everybody seen that Roach deserved to be champion. He should have given him that rematch. That fight is the one that should be happening. There's no way. You know, for me, it's embarrassing just to see.
The hypocrisy is staggering. Tank, the man who blasted Tyson for chasing a money fight, is now being exposed for doing the exact same thing. He's taking a high-profile, controversial fight with Jake Paul, and critics are pointing out that he completely ducked a logical and necessary rematch with Lamont Roach to do it.
A rematch clause, right? We had a rematch clause. If I'm declared the winner, or if the bout was declared a draw, he has the right to exercise an immediate rematch. Guess what he did 2 weeks later after the fight? Exercised his right to the rematch. His contract was signed both ends in June. So there's an official rematch. Undercard and everything. Like, that shit was supposed to happen.
Their last fight ended in a controversial majority draw, a fight where Tank took a knee in the 9th round and somehow wasn't penalized. Instead of running it back, Tank chased the massive Netflix payday.
Contract. So it's not like this wasn't supposed to happen or whatever the case may be. He just went and took the Jake route. We had a signed contract to fight. Like, he came out and disrespected me on social media, whatever the case may be. I don't know who the f he think like I am or what. I'm not gonna go like that. So people saying that I've been dragging on them, talking shit and all that. If anybody noticed, I never talked shit about them.
Commentators are now saying that Tank's focus is no longer on legacy or becoming the greatest. His focus is on selling tickets and making money, the very thing he accused Tyson of.
I don't remember the last time that I've heard Gervonta Davis say, I'm in boxing to be the greatest fighter of all time. I've heard him say that he's better than certain guys in his weight class, or this kid can't beat me. I've heard that. I can't remember, and maybe y'all can keep me honest online. The last time I've heard Gervonta Davis talk about his legacy in the ring. Like I'm building my legacy. I'm trying to outdo Floyd in legacy. Like, I think it started like that for him. But the influence of Floyd Mayweather, Money Man, not Pretty Boy, but the Money Man, and building your brand and selling tickets and selling pay-per-views and becoming a household name, that's also a legacy. You got the legacy in the ring and you got the legacy in terms of how you sold. I believe Gervonta Davis is more focused on selling tickets and making money and securing his future for himself and his family. He said it out of his own mouth. I ain't got nothing else to prove. If you're trying to be one of the greatest fighters of all time, it's still a whole lot to prove. My point is, Roy, I don't think, should everybody hold this man to the standard that they hold him to and say, you not fighting nobody, yeah, you making money, but you ain't really fought nobody. If he don't even care about that, that's not even something that he's really focused on. If his main focus is the money, and his main focus is getting out of boxing without getting hurt and retiring on his own terms, shouldn't his fan base and other people get on board with that if that's not even his goal? How can we hold him to something like that if he don't even hold himself to that?
At the press conference, Tank snapped at the critics, saying he doesn't care what people think. But the criticism isn't just about money. The fight itself is so dangerous, it was almost banned from happening.
Jake Paul been training with professional boxing trainers for years. He takes the sport very seriously.
Thank you. So let me ask you, that's the question I have, because great kid, great businessman, by the way, amazing. And I know how he does all this, the character and the persona. We keep saying that he doesn't want to be a boxer. He's not a boxer, but then
Jake Paul is a boxer.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my point.
Exactly. He's a boxer.
He can fight. I respect it. So go in there against fighters.
I'm going to say this clean. That fight is exciting. It could be career ending. Jake Paul can end his whole shit. Tank can end Jake Paul's whole shit. And if that fight is meh and it's just a sparring session that's tit for tat, their shit's over. They can't do that. If they do, their career's ruined. Jake Paul's career's ruined, and Tank. Everybody who's saying that it's just going to be an exhibition, like it's just going to be a fake fight, y'all hope it is. If Jake knocks out Tank, y'all gonna say it's fake. If he goes the distance, y'all gonna call it fake. The only thing that y'all will call real is if Tank knocks out Jake. That's why Tank, you gotta knock him.
So your brother talks more than anybody else on the planet. He's gonna fight Gervonta Davis. You guys need to fight guys your same size. When you fought Floyd, you're a massive dude. Floyd's tiny. And I'm sure when you were training, you're like, all right, I'm gonna hit this guy with a couple punches and grab him, tie him up. And he did hit you with a fucking bomb of an overhand right one time. And you fucking ate it. You ate that punch. And Gervonta, I think, hits way harder than fucking Floyd, but he's too small. Your brother's gonna be able to get inside on him, put his weight on him, tie him up, but I don't hate your brother.
This isn't just a mismatch. Many are calling it a bully fight. The physical danger is so real that the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission had extreme concerns over the matchup, forcing the entire event to be moved to Florida. The reason? The shocking weight difference. Jake Paul weighed in at 227 pounds for his fight with Mike Tyson. Tank Davis fights at 135 pounds. That is a 92-pound difference. Jake Paul could step into the ring nearly 100 pounds heavier than Tank.
Who do you think is winning this fight?
It's going either one. If there's a knockout, it's going to be Jake knocking him out.
You think Jake is going to knock out Gervonta?
Yeah,
he's the underdog.
We got to look at size. We got to look at size. Now, granted, do I think Gervonta can knock him out? Of course. But what people don't realize is that, you know, you got one guy who's a damn near heavyweight, and then you have another guy
he is a heavyweight.
Well, I don't know if he's going to be weighing in as a heavyweight for this fight. I forgot what weight they agreed on. But regardless, if it goes
227 pounds.
Say it?
He's 227 pounds.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what he's weighing in
against
on.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, no, he's weighing in something different. It's no way they're letting a 227-pounder fight a 130-pound guy.
That kind of disparity isn't a small detail. It changes the entire sport. It frames Jake Paul as a bully who is using his size to lure a much smaller, more skilled fighter into a dangerous and unpredictable spectacle.
How can you be out there claiming to want to fight the best people on the planet and then going out there and taking on a guy that is maybe 92 pounds heavier, that is at least 65 pounds heavier than you? That is called one thing. That's called being a bully. It's like, dude, what are you doing? If you want respect from your peers, if you want everyone on the planet to look at you and take you seriously and give you credit as a boxer, you have to go up against someone that keeps you up at night, against someone that gets you out of bed in the morning to go for a run because the fear of them beating you down is real.
Other fighters are warning that Tank's incredible skills won't be enough to save him. The predictions from inside the sport are dark. Mike Perry, a man known for his raw and unfiltered takes, gave a brutal assessment.
Jake is big, Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw and, I just don't know. And Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80 to 100 pounds.
Perry's warning was terrifying. He said that when a fighter loses the pure love for the sport, it becomes almost impossible to compete against opponents who are naturally bigger, heavier, and more motivated. He emphasized that Tank, despite his skill, would be facing a man who could outweigh him by 80 to 100 pounds. Boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult was even more blunt, claiming that Jake Paul is going to land heavy shots on Tank. His reasoning is simple. The advantages in size, reach, and power are too much to overcome. He argues that Tank is not a busy fighter and punches the least amount of almost any fighter in the world. His style is to counter you to knock you out.
How does Tank Davis beat Jake Paul? You have Shakur Stevenson saying Jake Paul doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell and that Gervonta Tank Davis would just outbox him and beat him on points.
I can see Tank just outboxing him and making it real easy.
And I get that, but when I think of Tank Davis, I think of a guy who kind of counters you to knock you out. I think of a guy who's not really a busy fighter. And this isn't just a size thing, because hell, if it was Jake Paul versus the prime Manny Pacquiao, I would say Manny Pacquiao because of Manny Pacquiao's style, how busy he is, how he hops in and out, I think he would collect the points. While Tank Davis, I think he punches the least amount of all fighters in the world right now. So do I think he can one punch KO Jake Paul? Well, the thing is about Gervonta has really shown a huge amount of concern fighting anything north of 135. Check this out.
He hit me in the back of my head. That stung a little bit, but other than that, it wasn't really. That's why I was nervous. Like, he's 140, so I wasn't trying to get caught too clean.
But what happens when his one punch isn't enough to hurt a man nearly twice his size? It all comes back to that one training session. Mike Tyson, the man who knows Jake Paul's power firsthand, training Gervonta Davis, the man who publicly shamed him.
We have training footage of Tank Davis working on the same uppercut that he put Leo Santa Cruz to sleep with, but now he's practicing for Jake Paul. And look how this man is setting this up. Oh, child, that man Jake in trouble. Jake better get ready, man, because after this, he just gonna be fighting in Misfit, Circle K, somewhere where the green bean casserole is lit.
Did this session embolden Tank, giving him the brawler mentality he once dismissed? Or was it Tyson's final quiet warning to his protege?
Do have more skills than Mike Tyson, as far as like, I mean, when I say I have more skills than Mike Tyson, guys smarter than, like, at a lower weight class always have more skills. It's no heavyweight ever in life had more skills than smaller guys. So let's just take that out the picture. So when people think that I'm dissing Mike Tyson, I'm not dissing Mike Tyson, for sure. It's just, facts is facts. You know what I mean? I do feel as though I have more skills than Mike.
Tyson's words are a bizarre contradiction. He praises Tank as a legend, but also cuts him down for his legal troubles. He even weighed in on Tank's controversial Lamont Roach fight. It's clear Tyson is watching Tank's career, and he isn't impressed with all of it. The question is Gervonta Davis truly following in Tyson's footsteps to become the baddest man on the planet? Or is he just repeating Tyson's most controversial mistakes?
I think it's like 190.
195.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to go down 30 pounds.
Yeah. I still think that's borderline. I think 200 is still heavyweight. So, but I think it's borderline.
Yeah, right there in the bottom.
Yeah. So, you know, I would imagine if it's a knockout. Well, here's the thing too, though. So I might actually just take it off the table. I might just go with Gervonta. Why? A lot of Jake Paul's power probably come from the weight. So in 30 pounds or almost 40 pounds you got to cut, that's a lot. Now, one thing I'm gonna like about Jake, Jake's a bag secure. I could see, I think this is gonna be a win-win for both of them.
So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.